Hey, Frank, you had mentioned a couple of different times that you were going to need Wesley Matthews and Marquise Morris, but just with Wesley specifically, is a guy that's not used to playing, started every game last year. How about him coming in and playing this way after not being in a game since the 28th?
Exceptional performance by West tonight. That's the simplest way to put it. Incredible energy on both sides of the ball, but in particular defensively. In a game where this is a duck your head and drive the paint offensive attack without a lot of screening action. You need as many guys as you can that can contain the basketball. Two of our best containment guys, AD and Alex, being out. We definitely needed his toughness on that side of the ball, and then obviously hit some big threes, and on a night where we couldn't throw it in the ocean. So he was great, and I thought Keith, a true pro, stayed ready, played a really good basketball game as well. Didn't get as many offensive opportunities, but both of those guys, were crucial in us getting this W tonight.
Frank's second straight big minute game for LeBron. Of course, hasn't missed one this year in this season. As impressive as it is, do you want to try to stay away from that? How do you gauge that long term versus you want him in there to win the game? That balance there.
Yeah, I mean, we don't want to go to overtime, when we don't have to. But obviously he's going to want to be in there then, and we definitely want to be responsible with his minutes.
Okay, we're going to go with Dave McMenamin, please.
Frank, I want to ask you about the late game sequence in the fourth. First off, the coach's challenge, where you won the challenge, but obviously ended up giving OKC another shot at it because there was a tip off at center court. And then also, when you're up three in late game situations, you like to play it out? Are you a guy who likes to foul on the floor? What's your kind of coaching technique there?
Yeah, if we have an approach for that, we prefer to foul if there's an opportunity intelligently to do so, and that typically means if the ball is inside the three. The guy's bringing the ball up to court. It's risky. Our rule is to downward dribble if we can take one. We will try to take one. But if you're unsure, play it out is kind of how we play it and make them make a tough shot. Shea made a hell of a play with the shot fake and jump in, and you live with that. But we have situational ways that our guys are trained when to take the foul in that situation.
And then the challenge, Frank. I mean, you comfortable with the way that played out? Would you do it?
Yeah, we just didn't win the jump ball, but that's why there's a lot of times throughout the game where it's when to use your challenge, when to keep it, and sometimes it goes unused, in a situation where you could have used it 3, 4, 5 minutes in the fourth or even earlier in the game. We try to keep it till the end of the game, and for that situation specifically. Tonight it worked out that we were able to keep it. We had it. And that was a key play because it was all ball on a play at the rim, and we prevented those free throws. We just got to win the jump ball.
Okay, Bill Orm, please.
Hey Frank, it's a 5-game winning streak for you guys at this point. But when you kind of consider the nature of some of these wins, a couple of overtime games, the big comeback against Denver, Boston doesn't hit a game winner. Just how would you assess the way you guys have played over this stretch, kind of as on the whole?
Yeah, certainly can be better. I want to improve our discipline, but I feel like our guys are playing hard. We're not shooting the ball well right now. We had a ton of great looks tonight from the perimeter, and they didn't fall. When you have a tough shooting night, you got to win it with your defense, and that's what we did. We buckled down. In the second half was better defensively than the first half. And in overtime they scored 2 points. So it's imperfect, but we enjoy wins. As part of our culture is, we talk about like there's going to be some quote unquote frustrating wins that we're going to enjoy and that we're going to learn from, and move on to the next game. And I think this team showed us why they got 7 road wins with how hard they play. And I think tonight's game is a good lesson for what we're going to face in 2 nights. It's not going to be an easy game.
Okay, Kyle Boone, please.
Frank, I actually have 2 questions, but first I just want to follow up on what Bill just asked. Is there a correlation between sort of the lack of gym time, practice time, and the shooting you guys are going through? I mean, is it just like guys are having a harder time going to the gym or getting reps? And as a separate question, what did you get from Dennis in that final minute of regulation on both ends?
Yeah, well, he's one of the best on-ball defenders in the game. So I'll start with that one. I have to go back and look at the tape. I know he hit some big buckets for us. Got fouled, I think. I'll have to look at the tape, but he's been key for us in a lot of these late game situations because of what he can do on both sides of the ball. And the shooting correlation. I think it's just sometimes you guys get a little heavy legged at certain points throughout the season. I feel like we're a little bit there right now, and we just got to fight through that stuff.
Okay, Dan Wojcicki, please.
Frank, I apologize if I have some audio stuff on my end. It's a little glitchy up here. How much of what we're seeing, kind of along the lines of what Bill and Kyle are just talking about, is just sort of the cumulative effects of everything since, the short off season, the energy that the team would maybe get from coming into camp, but sort of now the realization that, there's still 50 games left in this season. Is that going to be, do you think any of that is happening right now?
Yeah, possibly, but we're not looking at that. We don't want to make excuses, and it's just the situation we're in. This is the hand we've been dealt, and we're not looking at that as an excuse. We just got to keep grinding and keep putting in the work. That's what our culture has been about here, is focus on the work, be diligent in our preparation, our daily growth in the film room, and in our shooting repetition, and all those types of things. So we'll continue to stay the course with those things, and those things will play out in a positive way over time.